Hi friends, it's your girl Kimchi Warrior Princess here. Welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is super interesting. It's the top mistakes that women in leadership make, and we'll count down to number 1. And in case you don't already know, I'm an Air Force officer. I've been active duty for about 10 years now. So all these mistakes I'm about to tell you about are not coming from a place of judgment. They're coming from a place of experience. So I have actually done most of these myself, or I've been on the receiving end of these, or both. This channel, I'm all about helping you look and feel your best to level up your professional life. If you're not already subscribed, feel free to hit that red subscribe link below and hit the bell for notifications. By the way, these aren't limited to only females. However, these are ones that I've noticed that women tend to make much more than men do. Alright, so the mistake that we'll start off with is needing every single detail about everything in order to make a decision. And this kind of falls under micromanaging, also with not trusting people, but ultimately it comes down to not trusting yourself is what I've noticed. So when you're at like a standstill, you can't make a decision, or decision paralysis, I guess, needing 110% of information, it can seriously impede the workflow of your people. It gets in their business. I say if you have 85% of the information that you need to make a decision, in most cases, that's probably plenty. Not all the time, it depends on the exact nature of the business, of course. I've seen this so much, and I'm guilty of it myself, where you're like, oh my gosh, I want more data, more of this, that, and you keep prodding your people for more information, and then it just becomes like, they become bitter, overloaded with their work and their duties and all of that. And it's just the most inefficient thing ever. So when possible, I try to make the best decision off of the information that's available at hand at that time. All right, so the next mistake is going to be trusting everybody and anybody. That is a terrible mistake that I'm actually super guilty of. And that kind of comes from like my personality, where I tend to think that, hey, I'm friendly, you're friendly, you have a good interest at heart, but that is not the case. So I've actually come to learn to have a smaller inner trusted circle that I can get opinions from, advice. It's kind of sad in a way that I've had to limit like expending myself to help out other people, because they tend to use or abuse that. And I've learned, unfortunately, from firsthand experience, that I need to just match the energy of the people that I've had to deal with, because you're going to lose out, not just like in work, but also in life, like friendships, anything like that. Friendships, all relationships pretty much, and especially professional relationships or relationships in the workplace and for your career, especially if you have sort of a tight-knit field that you're working at. You do need to kind of limit your inner circle and have a few trusted close friends. And since I'm such a trusting person, like I will do anything for somebody who's been good to me, and I'll think the best of them until they prove me wrong. However, people aren't all like that. So unfortunately, what I've had to do, like I go through my phone contacts, and people that I can't completely cut off contact with, I will literally save their name with a snake emoji next to it, so that it reminds me when I see a text or a call from them, like, hey, watch out, just keep your eyes open for this person, because you know in the past that they haven't always had your best interests at heart. So especially as a woman in a leadership position, you really need to keep your eyes open and just be aware that not everybody is good for you, okay? So unfortunately that's the truth, but just be aware of the situation of people. That's a really important lesson that I've learned. So the next topic is pretending to support other women, but on the other hand, you're actually not supporting them at all. So what I mean by this is, on one hand, promoting women, empowering women, using hashtag this and that, but when it really comes down to it, are you really supporting other women in the workplace? And by that, I don't mean pushing women ahead of other men. I mean giving us all the same opportunity. So if you have an opportunity for both men and women, send it out to everybody and let everybody have a fair shot at whatever it is. I've just seen this too, where just like different friends and all that, they'll they'll be like girl pride and all of this, but really when it comes down to it, they'll say horrible things about each other. And I see that, and especially if it's a friend talking about another friend, and then at that point I'm like, oh my goodness, if she's talking about her other friend that way, how is she going to talk about me when I'm not around? Again, this kind of wraps into the last one, where you have to just keep your eyes open and aware and not participate in that sort of behavior. And it's kind of juvenile in a way. It reminds me of Mean Girls, but it doesn't stop, and it's so sad, and I can't believe it's 2021 and this is still a thing. I personally choose to not play into all that and to just treat everyone pretty much the same. All right, so the next mistake that I have is essentially being one of the boys. And this is so common in sort of STEM career fields or male-dominated career fields, all of the military, kind of because it's kind of the nature of where you're at. And I've had to work to find a balance of essentially being my girly girl self and filling the role that takes that sort of kind of like male essence, or like, what is that word? Like a male spirit that you kind of have to embody. It's like male energy in a way. You do have to exhibit that at work. And there's a very fine balance between it all. And I don't mean this in a way that you can't wear makeup or anything like that, or you should wear a ton of makeup. Again, who cares about makeup? It's not all about appearance, although appearance is very important. It's about embodying the female spirit, because we're not the same. We're different and we're complementary to each other. And I know that's very counter to everything in society today that we're told, but we're here to complement each other. And my experience and their experience, if we're all together in a room, they may say something that may come off as offensive, but that's the reason why I'm there. It's to help educate and give a different sort of viewpoint in a respectful way. So that's what I take from it. I don't expect everybody to see everything the same way as me, but if I'm there, I can help enlighten others who may not know basically what it is like for a woman. Just embodying that spirit of being a female. And I don't mean we have to be weak or anything like that, because women are definitely not weak. We are so strong. But just having that sort of feminine energy in a very effective way is so beautiful, especially in a workplace, in a business environment. Sometimes that's what's needed to close the deal on a huge project or anything like that. All right, so the last mistake that females in leadership position make is feeling guilty. And by this, it's feeling guilty / FOMO, or fear of missing out, because we feel that now we have to do it all to be this amazing businesswoman, or I don't know, general, or just an amazing leader, and also maintain a perfect household, have kids, take care of the family. There's so many pressures, and literally I don't really think that one can do it all without kind of wearing out their whole energy. This comes down to taking care of yourself, and all you can really be asked to do is to just do your best. So whether your calling is to 110% be a career woman, or to do a few years of that, your initial commitment time, say you graduate and you do a few years in whatever field that you're in, and then hey, you meet the right person and you end up having a family, and that ends up taking all your time, and you make the choice to go that route. Like my old roommate, she has 3 kids now, and that's her full-time job, got out of the Air Force. I respect that 1,000%, because whatever path you choose, there should just be no judgment on it. Just as long as you're giving it your all, what else can you be asked to do? So to have that feeling of guilt of, oh, I have kids and I'm not with them all the time because I'm working, or oh, I'm with kids, but I don't work anymore. Women tend to feel so guilty just because they're not doing everything and anything that we were told we could do. I think you're killing it, you're crushing it. So that wraps it up. I really hope that you enjoyed this sort of brief little chat. If you enjoyed it, drop me a comment below. If you have any suggestions, if you want to see a different topic or a different kind of video, let me know. Really appreciate you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, and remember to hit subscribe to my channel for more videos. You can also visit me on Instagram at kimchiwarriorprincess. Thanks everyone!